Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. We are back once again. It's the morning show that you love to hate because we just so damn funny. It's Eggs, Grits, and Ignorance. You can catch us each and every Monday and Friday right here on Facebook and on YouTube from 6 to 7 a.m. And then you catch on all podcast platforms starting at 12 noon. And you already know who is here. But first, we got to introduce.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's
my dog. He is in the building. What's up, Key?
Happy Monday.
You said happy Monday for the people, right?
That's what I just said. You didn't hear?
No, I'm sorry. I had to raise your volume. That's my fault. That was an engineering
happy Monday.
Problem. That was an engineering problem. My apologies. We got to hit you with the claps again.
I'm so happy to be here. Happy to be here.
And our guy all the way from Atlanta, it's that dude Jeff, aka Daytime Muffins. What's happening, bro?
Ladies and gentlemen, Big Muffins energy for your early morning, man. What's up? Get up, get out to bed, man. Get the crust out your eyes, wipe your mouth, wipe your lips, man. Do something about that stank breath. Let's have a good day.
Yeah, and then all the way from to rhyme with have a good day, all the way from PA. My man Evie in the building. What's happening at Big Kid Envy _chops? What's happening, brother?
Hit it with the chop, Eve. Hit it with the chop.
Yes, sir. What's happening, good people? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
When do you become British? When is this? When does this happen?
Top of the morning.
When did it happen to me?
I don't know if that's like British / Australian. Like,
I'm gonna tell you what that is. That's low country South Carolina. That's what that
is. Low country South Carolina. Okay.
Well, y'all, we back again with you, man. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. That is Eggs and Get Ignorance. That's Eggs and the letter N, Ignorance, on all social media platforms. And make sure if you listen to the episode, like, comment, share, 5-star rate. And as I say on all my shows, if you don't 5-star rate, you are a hater. So we're going to start off with Jeff and his unique way of giving us the weather.
What up, good people? It's your boy, That Dude Jeff, aka Daytime Muffin, saying good morning to you once again. Now, if you haven't stepped outside just yet, if you haven't taken out the dog, put out the trash, let me go ahead and tell you to grab your house coat, tie it up tight, because it's cold. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't realized, it's cold in these streets. National Weather Service is predicting temperatures between the 30s and the 50s for the next couple of days. So you know what that means. It's going to be cold out there. They was hating on my heat Snow Miser song, so I have to ask a question to everyone. Make sure that you take care of yourself out there as you're playing in the areas that are going to have snow. Make sure that you take care of yourselves and stay warm. Cuffing season is still happening, man. So make sure you get yourself a big dude, build yourself a snowman, and enjoy this cold weather out there, man. Yeah. So there it is, man. Stay warm. That's it.
I want some hot cocoa.
He was like, "That's it."
That's it. I mean, how many more different ways you got to tell folks it's cold? Wear something.
It's brick.
Okay, so who's going to do the first story?
What is the first story?
Evie.
You already know which one we going to, Eve.
Whoa.
It's on you, brother.
How's it on me? I don't even know what the first story is.
You ever call on that kid to speak in class and read, and he just instantly starts sweating?
It's not me. I don't read. I'm sorry.
Key, can we get to the first story because we're potting and we have more people are watching?
We have time.
First story, Key.
I'm still waking up. They can deal with this for a second.
Okay.
But someone other than me is gonna read it.
I need some music.
Shazam!
Keep, read the story.
I need music.
She needs her music.
Oh God.
Y'all
This is
should
exact-
know this by now.
That I'm okay. This is why I'm not the producer
Listen.
on this show.
I am
Story.
the producer and I need music.
You should have your own music then.
I don't know how to work my board.
Just play it from your phone.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay, y'all want me to play? Hold on. That's not appropriate, but okay.
Thank you, yo. Thank you, Key. There's the music.
Woman claims she was virtually gang raped in metaverse. Moral issues have started showing up on the metaverse already. In the newly coined metaverse, hold on.
Oh,
Hold on.
what?
So a
is-
43-year-old British woman claims she was groped in the virtual world by a group of male avatars. The woman named Nina Patel has even pinned down her ordeal in a Medium post where she has talked about being verbally and sexually harassed by 3 or 4 male avatars in Horizon venues of Meta. It was surreal. It was a nightmare, is what Nina wrote in the post.
Why?
Read the next line.
She has
Just paraphrase.
She has even talked about the male avatars touching her character's body inappropriately and took screenshots for several
minutes. So
All these instances prompted Nina to sign out from the virtual metaverse immediately. She said it was a nightmare.
Hold up. Who took the screenshots?
Travesty.
oh, she did. You know she had to take them screenshots.
So basically, she participated in meta porn. That's some stupid shit.
Oh, my question is, what does her avatar look like?
Yo, I
Her
bet you.
avatar is a bad beach.
I bet you her avatar got a BBL.
Bruh. What?
Her avatar has a BBL.
But it doesn't matter what she looks like. If she said no, she said no.
I bet you
No.
she don't look like her avatar.
Did her, guarantee
It don't matter what she
Guaranteed.
had on.
her avatar got to be Lil Kim or something?
Meta rape.
Oh,
So the metaverse, I have so many questions.
okay.
Could she turn it off?
Yo, you're stupid for the soundtrack.
Hey,
I thought it,
it's some X-Files shit right here.
It's that Nightmare. It's that Nightmare on Elm Street music.
But could she turn it off?
at what point do you just say, you know what, that's it, off?
Wait, oh, I have so many questions here.
Let's
I
get
think
it.
we should have her on the show.
I have so many questions. Number one,
Right.
is the metaverse a place where people can get naked?
You can get naked anywhere.
All right.
I be naked on Sims all the time.
The metaverse.
No,
metaverse.
You can
Hold on.
see parts and
There's actually a movie about this. I forget the name of the movie. I forget the name of the movie. Maybe not about the meta rape, but there is a movie about it's called Ready Player One, where people
Okay,
go
I've
into
heard
the
that.
metaverse to live out their lives because their lives in real life suck.
now
Okay.
there was
Go
that
ahead.
what's that show that was on? There was that weird show that was on Netflix. I think it was like Mirrors or something like that. What's the name of it? God dog it. And they had there was these friends that used to play video games, fighting games.
Mhm.
And then they got this thing where it was like in the future where you could put a chip on the side of your head and it puts you inside the game. And they would start fighting.
But this is the thing. You're still at home.
No, it was in the game. No, it was in the game, and then like one would be a female fighter, and one would be a male fighter, and then they would fight. The first time they fought, and then the second time they did it, they fought, and then messed around.
But then there's two dudes.
The avatars did the do.
So mentally, it's two guys.
So what happened was one was disturbed because he was married, so he ended up like super disturbed by what had happened. But he liked going back, in there. And then at one point they was like, "Well, let's meet in real life and let's see what happens because it's got to be something." And then it turns out that it wasn't nothing. But
your avatars can only do what you do, right? So
I am so afraid of metaverse now.
But this is the thing. You put on those VR goggles, right?
Here's my thing. Turn it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Control Alt Delete. Snatch the battery out.
Once you get to the point where you are virtually getting raped, you just take the goggles off.
Find another game to play.
You find another
Call of Duty is safer. Choose,
It's just
she might have been playing Grand Theft Auto or something. I don't know. Like,
listen, I'm sorry.
This person has just exited the chat room.
Yeah, that's
there
it.
You go.
Yeah, just take the goggles off. Like, you can do that. I'm pretty certain you can do that. And guess what happens when you do that? Your avatar disappears, and then it's a bunch of
a sausage party.
Dudes.
It's a meta sausage party.
It then becomes a sausage party.
I need more details into this because this is.
I'm going to reach out to her tomorrow.
Are you really?
I would love to hear her talk about this.
I would like to know what proper authority she called. Did she call like Steve Jobs?
Why would she call him? Ain't he dead?
I don't know.
Jobs is dead.
Or maybe she called a Sony PlayStation people. I don't know. I need help. Could you turn the sensitivity down on my goggles?
Oh. Yeah.
Yo, have y'all ever thought about like virtual porn?
I got another question.
Huh?
Yes.
Did she feel it?
No. No.
She said. Hold on. What she said?
She said when she got groped.
No, she said her avatar got groped.
That's what I'm saying. Her
nothing about that.
Not raped. She
nothing
got groped.
about that is sensory.
This would be the equivalent of dry humping in 4th grade.
Wait, hold on. Let's make a disclaimer. We are as a show, as a company, we are by no means making fun of rape. Rape is an extremely serious thing. And we agree that this is not we're not making fun of this.
Yes.
This is a virtual thing in a game that I don't even know what she's doing. Just take off the goggles. Like, that's gonna be the title of this episode. Just take off the goggles.
She should have been watching like Sex in the City or something. She'd have been all right.
I mean, next story.
Okay. Next story. Let's leave it there. Key, stop searching. Next story.
I was searching.
Key, stop searching.
I was like, is this something called meta porn? That's what I was Googling.
There is meta porn though.
Key, you officially have too much time on your hands.
There is.
Okay. So we're gonna talk. I don't have no music.
It's playing.
Turn it up. I can't hear you.
Pouting ass.
You better make sure you're reading the right story and nothing about meta porn.
Turn around and sit in your corner.
Okay, so rapper Young Buck arrested for vandalizing ex-girlfriend's property. David Darnell Brown.
What was that name again?
David. His name is David Darnell.
Brown.
Brown. Authorities said that Brown's ex-girlfriend reported that early Wednesday morning, Brown texted her that he was going to come over. When he eventually arrived at her house, Brown began kicking the front door because she did not answer. The affidavit went on to say that Brown's ex-girlfriend told officers that he had cameras on her home. When she noticed that Brown had left, she went outside and saw that he had kicked and damaged the passenger and driver's side of her vehicle that was sitting in the driveway. He was a mad man. He went around kicking shit because it was too redundant. That's all for that.
Poor David.
But you know
Darnell.
you know who was trolling him, right?
50.
You already know.
50 clouded him.
50 got at him real quick.
Hey.
I don't even know if I could read what he wrote. Like, I'm gonna put he called him Buck B Unit.
Oh,
Son.
how the mighty have fallen.
He called him B Unit.
How the mighty have fallen. First and foremost, David Darnell, I'm gonna put your name in my prayer warriors box
Brown.
so we can lift you up, because brother, you are going through it right now. And
We should have known he was violent.
that was, come on, now, act like you weren't vibing to the song when it came out.
I don't know this song.
Young Buck put out some good joints.
Okay, Key. I find that hard to believe. If you can listen to Joe Budden, you can listen to Young Buck.
Excuse you. First of all, that's totally different types of music. That's first. Secondly,
If you
I
can
didn't
listen
say
to Joe Budden, you can listen to Young
I
Buck.
listened to Lloyd Banks. I didn't listen to Young Buck. It's a different type of music.
Lloyd, Young, Joe, right in there together.
They're not because
Shorty
they're
wanna-
not.
you wanna not with me no more.
Well,
I got a car.
B Unit, G Unit, two different crews.
Key, you ever had any G Unit apparel when they were hot?
No,
Oh yeah, nah.
but I was a big 50 Cent fan, but I never really liked Buck like that. I can't explain it. I never really liked him like that.
So how long do you think he gonna get, like, being in jail? You think he
30 days.
Yeah, about
you know,
that. If
about
that,
probation or something?
Yeah.
get a little
Well,
bit.
It won't be much of a punishment.
He bust the windows out her car.
Ain't that a song?
Yes.
It is.
He might have wrote that. He might have wrote
If
that.
I was controlling the show, that's what I would have played while I was reading. But I don't know how to work the board.
I mean, you producing
Jasmine
this, Key.
Sullivan.
Well, no, I didn't. No, they get Buck kind of.
It did his point, because he got Buck on the door. There you go.
Is he going? You think he gonna get bucked in prison?
Nah, he ain't going to prison.
Oh.
30 days, he ain't going to prison.
He ain't going to prison. It's
He
not.
probably at the house right now.
That'd be like a winter retreat for him, though.
Not from what I saw when I went to visit. When I went to visit my brother at that county, it wasn't that. That wasn't at all.
Well, the county is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Well,
Outside of your decision making, bro. Dang.
we're gonna be praying for David.
I'm not praying for him.
All right, Keith.
Okay, so Jeff, can you tell us about the man and the spider in the car? Because I really want to hear you talk about that.
Oh, okay. By all means, sure. And I think I can go without music. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into
Some house
this.
music?
Was that supposed to
no.
be shade?
You
Because
say
I
you want
turned the
some
mic
house?
off.
I said I can go without house, whatever you feel like jumping in there.
I feel like that was shady.
Oh no, it was shots fired.
All right. So let's talk about man finds giant spider in his car and decides to keep it as a pet for an entire year. I don't know about this one here. So after finding a 6-inch spider on his dashboard, a man decided to keep it around as a pet
It's
with
perfect right
the
now.
enormous 8-leg critter having now lived in his car for an entire year. An entire year. Upon encountering a huge, hairy 6-inch spider chilling, listen to me, chilling on their car dashboard, the majority of the people would understandably use their own 2 legs to either get as far away as possible or me to kill it. However, after making such a discovery back in February 2021, almost a whole year ago, Australian man, I don't know what it is about these Australian people and these weird bugs. Australian man Chris Taylor did no such thing, instead choosing to take on, get the name of the pet now, Steve. Get to taking on Steve as a pet. The 42-year-old safety manager has now allowed Steve to live freely inside his car for a full year, during which time, listen to this now, Key, which during this time she's doubled in size. Having now become quite attached to his 8-legged stowaway, Chris has no plans to show her the door anytime soon. So here's my beef with this. How did he know the spider is a girl? 1. Why did he name it Steve? 2. 3. How dirty is the inside of your car?
It should be cobwebbed up.
See, 'cause I picked the perfect song. Cause so it's a girl spider. She's homeless. She found a home.
Yo, have you? Listen to me. We've all driven somewhere. What do you do when you see a bug in your car?
Get out.
Almost crash. Matter of fact, I knocked a bee flew in my car one time, and I knocked the rear view mirror off the windshield when I tried to swat the bee.
Bro, I
don't do critters.
I had some ants get in my car one time, bro. I don't even know how.
It's
and
the snacks.
I don't know. It might have been the snacks, bro, because they was literally in my stash in my car, and it was not a good day. I almost tore all my car up, bro. But would you keep the insect as a pet? Let alone give it a name for a whole year. That means a year. So, Evie, you go pick up Key. Key get in the car. You pull down the dashboard and be like, yo, say what up to Steve.
First of all, let me put it. If it was me, Steve would have been mushed in the visor.
Yo,
I
homie
would have
ain't
mushed
getting
him.
no.
So it'd have
he
been dead by the time I introduced him to Key.
My guy ain't getting no play from nobody, from men, from women, from dogs.
Bruh,
He not
you
getting no
have-
play. Not with
you
no
have
pet
to see the
spider in
picture.
your car.
You gotta see the
Steve.
picture how big the spider is.
I gotta sleep. I gotta sleep today. I'm not.
I
I'm
don't
no.
do spiders.
I don't do
Spiders
that.
is whack. I got spiders in my crawl space. Guess where I don't go in my house?
The crawl space.
if I'm
So,
in there, I'm in there for like 2 minutes and I'm gone. I don't
Excuse me.
play
So
that.
he said Steve is great for keeping him alert when he drives. That's a hell of a way to stay awake when you driving.
Listen, so does caffeine and crystal meth. Won't catch me with none of that. That's-
Oh,
Gosh.
I'm up there. Hey man, get a dog, get a cat.
Meow.
so look, the guy said he will admit that he doesn't appreciate it when she falls into my lap. A thought will no doubt make arachnophobia everywhere. He still gets a little spooked when it sleeps in the little thing, the visor up there, and sometimes it just falls out and just plops in the lap. My instinct would be to just like that, like without even thinking, he would have got smushed.
You know, I haven't been violent in a while, but this dude needs to be punched in the face. Just like I implore his friends. Just,
He don't have no friends. If he
Some-
do, they don't ride with him in the
He's
car.
got a spider.
hey, he got a cousin, he got an uncle,
Nah,
got something.
he live
got
a lonely life doing stuff like this.
Somebody need to snuff him for real. Just wake him up out of his little dream. Pet spider.
But he said he's saving money on gas because nobody wants a ride from him anymore.
How's he saving money on gas? Ain't he got to go to work?
Apparently
He probably worked from
was like an
home.
Uber driver or something.
Oh, Uber. Nigga. Yo. So in Australia, they just be having dingoes and fucking kangaroos and shit in their Uber cars.
Yo,
It's a wild country. It's a wild
place down there.
like your Uber driver pull up with your Arby's or your slice of pizza, and you go to get your stuff, and there's a spider like on your bag. Like, don't mind Steve.
The kangaroo got it. Don't got it. Yo, my man need to either have his car burnt or get snuffed.
You ain't gonna snuff it with Steve around.
Yo, I would step on Steve and punch him in his face.
Bro, did you see the picture of the spider? That I'm not afraid of bugs, but that makes my skin crawl.
I'm afraid of spiders and things like that, but I'm not afraid to attack them.
Oh yeah.
Because I will kill you
right
to get you out of my house. All you need is some raid. That's it. Some raid.
It's offensive. It's offensive.
Raid is not offensive.
Steve.
Raid is a preventative.
It's offensive to Steve. Hashtag
Fuck
we love
Steve.
Steve.
Fuck Steve. I'm gonna get a hat that says fuck Steve. No hashtag.
You think Steve was chilling in the metaverse?
Might have been filling up on old girl, crawled up a leg. Why the fuck you look at me like that? He asked the fucking question. I'm going to my room.
It's okay. You want to do we have one more? Do we have one more? Are we getting into weird news? What are we doing?
Okay. Nah, we're not gonna get into weird news. Before we get into weird news, we have a new segment that we're going to take on over the next couple of weeks. And just as it is a surprise to our listeners, as you can see from the looks on the faces of the people on the screen, it is a surprise to them too. So, as we were talking in the green room, we found out that all of us have affinity for the show Power. So over the next coming weeks, we will do sort of like on this Monday morning, we'll kind of give you a Power sort of review, some kind, some form of conversation about any of the many different ways that Power goes. And so let's have that conversation.
We about to be late. We about to be late for work. Let's go.
I'm gonna just say I love Notorious wigs.
Natari? You said Notorious.
Notorious.
Is that what you call her?
That is her name. That is her government name.
Notorious her name. I thought you said Notorious.
No.
Okay.
Now, let's give the fans a disclaimer. If you have not watched the show by Monday morning, you might want to turn now.
Okay, because I really want to get into a couple of things. First, I want to get into the debate because this is an everlasting debate. Tasha
is a
or
slut.
Ghost. Tasha or Ghost?
You are so stupid.
Who was wrong in their marriage?
Tasha.
Why you say that, Key? You can't just answer without.
One, she's a slut.
Bucket.
Two, okay, I'll be honest with you. The marriage only ended because she did not believe in him and she wanted him to continue being a drug dealer. If the conversation in that bathroom that day when he asked her, what was the first thing you thought of me when we met, would have went differently. When she said, I thought she was going to be the biggest goddamn drug dealer. And then she said that. And then he was like, you didn't think anything else? You don't see anything more? Why? Like, if that conversation would have went differently, he never would have cheated with Angela. And to be honest, oh girl, okay, the night from the club when he met Angela, he was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna let you get out my sight. Da, 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 da. Let me get your number, blah, blah, blah." And then she had seen that, right? Skedaddle with the whoop de whoop. Okay, when that had happened, do y'all remember that immediately after she left, she called the driver dude, and when she called the dude, she started playing with herself, letting him see it and stuff. She was trying to entice him. Then the next day, see, she was already doing stuff. She slept with him way before Ghost ever slept with Angela. Way before.
Or she started the act of.
No. It was a lot of episodes before sex happened. Angela and Ghost went out of town and all, and they didn't sleep together at first.
No, they went.
I'm telling you.
When they went to Miami, they slept together.
I ain't talking about Miami, but I'm kind of a little more fresh than you because I started all the way over.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's more. She cheated first. She cheated first, but what really drove him to do what he did was the fact that she did not believe in him. She did not believe in him. And then he had the same. No, actually, he ain't even had to have the same conversation with Angela. Angela brought it up to him. What are your plans after this?
Yeah. And like, even after Angela found out what he was for real, she was like, okay, are you going to go legit? Like, she loved who he was. She loved who he was, and especially loved what he was becoming. And Ghost, the thing about Ghost or James, because
Jamie,
because
different people.
They call me James because there's an episode called "Call Me James," and the thing about that was he got in the game to get out. He didn't get in the game for the game. And his plan was always to get out. His plan was always to do more, to become more than anything anybody had ever seen or had done. Get in, you do it big, and get out. Whereas Tasha was infatuated with the game. Tommy was in love with the game. And I you notice I use two different words because I think Tasha didn't have to be on the front lines of anything. She just cleaned the money and benefited from the fast money. Tommy was in love with the game because he consistently told Ghost, "That's your thing. This ain't my thing. This here, this drug game, this is my thing." And I think that, and maybe Ghost initially wanted that, but I think once he had kids, his mindset changed, as it should. Every man, kids change who you are and for most men for the positive. And I think it changed him in a sense where he knew he had to do to get to a point to get to do what he wanted to do, which was carry on his dad's legacy of opening a club, because that was his father's dream, was to open his own club and become a club owner. And Tasha thought that somehow she was just infatuated with that lifestyle, that adrenaline rush.
She ain't even call her husband by his name. She never called her husband by his real name.
What did she call him, James?
She did call him James.
Him Ghost.
She always called him Ghost, but
he told her to call him James.
But look, let me shut this down real quick. All right.
That can't really work for that. She is like,
look. James was wrong. Why? Because he chose a woman he did not truly love.
True. I agree with that. No, I wouldn't say he chose a woman that he did not truly love. I think he settled.
Same difference because you made a choice. You still made the choice. You settled. Nah, you could have. I
think there's a difference.
You settle by saying, okay, this is all that's there, but you still make the choice.
Yeah,
to make that yours.
The woman that he truly loved,
was not Tasha.
Was not available, and he thought he would never see her again.
I'll never make that mistake again.
True. But I'm just saying, like, he thought she wasn't available. He thought he would never see her again. This is not an option. So when Tasha steps up and does things that shows how much she loves him, he's like, oh wow, this is a rider. I can be real with her. Like in Power Book 2, how Tariq could be real with Effie, but he can't be real with no other woman in his life. Because initially he could still be real with Tasha, even though he was cheating on Tasha.
But he can still be real with Diana.
Nah, he not as real with Diana.
I didn't say that he is. I said he could be because she knows who he is.
Just like he could have been real with Angela, but Angela still never knew everything. Tasha always knew everything except for Angela. Effie knows as far as the game is concerned.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you like this. As far
as who Ghost really is, about Ghost, not James.
Ghost should have been.
Tasha was that, and what he saw was she's accepting me for who I am at this point in my life when I have no one. So I'm gonna go towards that. So which is what ends up happening.
Would it be safe to say this? Because this will also kill an argument. James was perfect for Tasha. No, I'm sorry. James was perfect for Angela, but Ghost was perfect for Tasha.
100%.
She's still a slut though.
They were in love with two different
sides. Doesn't change the argument.
Everybody loves a slut.
No, they don't.
Once in your lifetime, you gotta love.
I blame.
You don't know. Hey,
he knew.
the pastor.
I blame him.
But then again, you know what?
They should have called Pastor.
The pastor was a part of the game too, taking bribes and messing up in the church.
Yeah,
they was hiding guns in the church.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I just wanted to get to that because I think a lot of people debate it, and I've seen a lot on both sides. But you know, all in all, I think that it's crazy to watch the dominoes fall throughout this show from episode 1 of season 1 of the regular Power to even now to Force, which is book 4.
Book 3.
Yeah, book 4.
It's book 4.
Book something.
I thought it was 4.
It's book 4.
No, because isn't because 2 is Kanan's joint, right?
No. 2 is 3 is Kanan, and this is Power Book 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it is book 4.
And this is Tommy's story. And so, what did you think initially of this episode?
Of what? Don't say Force because I ain't watched the whole thing.
Oh my God!
We were supposed to be talking about. I thought we was talking about.
Oh, Power Book 2. Okay.
Power Book 2.
Okay, we'll do 2. Let it Eve catch up. Eve, if you're not caught up by the night, you're screwed.
Yo, listen.
All right, let's talk about Power Book 2's finale. Key, what is your thoughts on? I got a question for you.
Okay.
Your thoughts on Effie?
I'm in love.
What is your thoughts on Effie?
I'm in love.
Lauren ain't had to die. She ain't had to die.
According to the street,
she's a loose end.
According to the street,
she had to go.
No loose
ends. But then again,
I feel
what
like
more do you have to talk about if she doesn't go?
Effie did what she felt like. Effie is Tariq's Tasha. I feel like, but the thing is, I feel like Effie truly does love Tariq. I do feel like she loves him. She loves the game. But the ending of the show made me think that maybe she was out of it because he was trying to talk her into going to school, and she seemed okay with it.
No, but he's still in the game.
Well, yeah. Well, it's complicated because they ain't really got no plug. So
nah, but they still in the game because they got to do what they got to do because Tariq can't get out yet because he didn't get the bread.
Right.
So he's still in the game, and so is she. But she driving back and forth between Choke and
Stansfield.
She's at another.
Sorry, I meant Stansfield, and she go to one of them.
She goes to.
It is an uppity ass one of them Ivy League schools. Yeah, but she driving back and forth. But I feel like I'm in love. I love Effie. She perfect. Come on. She's a hustler. She's a killer. And she like the same thing I like.
It's to me, I think it's a it's a thing where I think she did what Tariq couldn't do and what he probably should have done by the rules of the street. If you in this game or whatever, by the rules of it all, it was inevitable for her to die because you don't wear a wire on nobody. You definitely don't talk to the Fed. You don't snitch. And she had violated all of these rules according to the street, according to, what we know as street culture. So Effie knew that Brayden wasn't strong enough to do it, so that's why she followed him. And then the fact that she climbed in that bed, but she feels guilty as crap.
Yeah, she felt bad.
Oh yeah.
She feels terrible.
She'll get over it.
But no, I think she feels more guilty because she knows if Tariq finds out, it's going to be issues between the two of them. Like, I don't think he's going to see it.
But this is the thing.
I don't think he's going to see it as she did her a favor.
Nah, but this is the thing. This is not the first time that Effie has crossed him. Because she's the reason he got put out of choke.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
it is, but
I know they squashed that a little bit, but how could you?
But I'm gonna tell you what I think though. I think Effie's decision to kill Lauren had nothing to do with the game.
It was because she loved Tariq.
It's because she loved Tariq.
And she knew that Lauren was his heart.
And this was this was the open door to do it. Whereas if it were to come back and blow back on her, she can have an excuse for doing it. Tariq would be upset and he probably wouldn't talk to her for a while, but he would find his way back to her. And that's what I think about that. Now, Mecca /
Dante, aka Snitch Media,
aka. What did you think about how they tied him into the original Power?
I think that was dope. I think that was dope because everybody got to have some type of backstory.
I thought it was very well written because in the original one, because I had to go back and watch the original one, like when Lobos had got arrested, they do mention a snitch. They do mention someone willing to testify. They do mention it. They don't dwell on it, but they do mention it. And so I thought it was dope how they tied that way back.
See, but that's crazy because I always thought that was going to be Sandoval.
Yeah, but that's the thing that was so crazy.
That twist, that's that Power twist. Like Power had you twisted up real quick.
Yeah, it's just
Dante's problem was Monet. He got clouded. His judgment and everything got clouded because he couldn't see straight without that woman.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't see straight when it came to Mary J. Blige either. That woman is fine at her age.
Key, what are your thoughts on Diana's dynamic in this episode?
She got to see me. Like she got to see me.
She's a dumbass.
Like Diana, she got to see me. Cause Zeke could have been alive if she wouldn't have looked in the bag. She looked in the bag. She always nosy.
Stick to the fucking plan.
Like she got.
That's the definition of messy.
Like I feel like everybody dead right now because of Diana.
Some kind of way. She couldn't even keep Tariq. She's so messy.
And that's the thing. Like when and the funny thing is, it's so crazy about Tariq. Tariq is always a couple of steps ahead of people. Because when Brayden said whatever, and Tariq was like, Brayden said, "Yo, did you empty out the drugs?" And Tariq was like, "Nah." And he was like, "Did my key card use it?" And he was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Ain't nothing but Diana. It's cool though."
Right.
Fuck it, word up.
It's cool though.
She's stupid. She's super stupid.
And even when he met with what's his name? Not Kane, but what's the other one's name? The brother. It's not.
You talking about every boyfriend, Drew?
When he met with Drew, like he was like, "Yeah, I know y'all took the drugs, but it's whatever." Like, okay, like,
do you think he told Do you think he told Diana not to look in the bag because he knew she was going to do the exact opposite?
No,
No, they really needed her to not look in the
Didn't want her
bag
to look in the bag.
because she, like he said, plausible deniability. If
Yeah.
you know something and you don't report it, you can get in trouble.
Yeah, and the fact that she would know and she would tell Lorenzo, and they knew that. They knew she would. And Lorenzo knew
But
she
then,
would.
but then again, there's a chance that being that Tariq knew before they set the plan in motion, that he's now trying to play Diana and fuck up the family so he can get the fuck out and fuck them up at the same time.
Well, he
I wouldn't
he
be
not has to
surprised.
stay. He not has to stay because he never got the money before they killed. He didn't get the money before she killed Dante, and I thought that was messed up of Monet, because I thought Monet could hold out, but Monet is known to be emotional.
Nah, Dante was gonna
Right.
pop Tariq when he came up the joint.
I
It was
know that. I feel you on that, but I think once she had the gun on him, there was no move he could make at that moment, and she could have held out till Tariq got his money. But I think. See, here's the thing. Remember what Lorenzo said when they was at the pier at Coney Island. Lorenzo said, "You've always been 5 steps ahead of everybody," and she knew she needed Tariq, and she knew if she allowed Dante to transfer that money, that
but
she
check this out.
have Tariq, and she trusts Tariq more than she trusts and respects Tariq more than any of her kids.
But check this out. They still got the bag with
But-
the accounts. No, the bag got the accounts.
Yeah, but I
But,
don't.
but the accounts are already in their names.
Yeah,
All they gotta do is get that bread.
Useless though, right now.
It's about to get spun
Uh.
crazy. Yo, I'm telling you, it's about to get spun crazy when it come to go.
Come on with season 3.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
about to be crazy.
I
Is
just
it-
want to say
Okay, go ahead, Key. What you want to say?
rest in peace to Zeke.
Fuck Zeke. Zeke was a
Don't do
bitch ass nigga.
Don't
Fuck
do
Zeke.
that.
Oh,
No,
Don't
I
do
have
that.
to.
He was
I have to.
innocent.
No,
He was
no.
innocent.
Nah, that nigga.
chill.
come
He
on,
was
man, that
innocent.
nigga was so.
Zeke, of all the people,
Yo, the
He
nigga
ain't had
went.
to die.
Yo, chill.
No.
But the nigga just went and
He
snitched
did
on
not
his
need to go
mom.
to the police.
he did
But
not.
the
He
nigga-
didn't snitch on his
He didn't have to
mom.
go to the police.
Snitched on
Yes,
his
he
mom.
did.
No, he
Yes,
didn't.
he did.
No, he didn't.
He created that situation when the cop went back and did
I-
more research
And
when
then
they
he-
wasn't gonna do no research.
Yeah, because he needed to know. He needed to know for himself.
For
He
what,
wanted-
nigga? You know these niggas is lying to you.
No, but
I
that's the
don't think
thing.
he really knew.
No, I don't think he
Yo.
really knew. He needed to know. So when he went, he was like, "Yo, is it really a suicide?" And then when the detective was like, "Yeah, they did," do you think something? And that's when the detective was like, "Well, shit, he thinks something. So
Aight.
let me go ahead and
So
look."
check this out. You find out the truth because you can't say that you don't know the truth because you lied to the detective. After you find out the truth, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying.
All right.
he
So what was you gonna do when you got on that plane?
I think he was gonna pop her.
With
I don't
what?
think Popper.
He's soft. He's soft.
But
you-
he was
Nah.
scared.
Just go. I think at that moment, I think for him, I think Zeke had gotten to the point where he realized that it's one thing to try to run your own life, and it's another thing when you actually find out that you have no control over your life. And I think that he was going to concede to that fact when he got on that plane. Like, look, man, as much as I try to run my own shit, I realize now that no matter what I do, I cannot escape Monet. And that was that moment when he saw her picture from that traffic cam. That's what he realized. He needed the fact to know that that was it. And I think that I don't call him a snitch. I think that he is, of all of the characters on this show, he was the only innocent person.
Yeah.
I didn't say he wasn't. I ain't saying he's not innocent.
He
I'm not
who
saying
did.
that. He's
And-
innocent.
He was like
I
he
just
was
say he was
sort
a
of like everybody little brother. Like it
He was a
he was-
punk ass 23-year-old. I ain't gonna lie.
chill.
But he was
He's a
19.
little
But
older
yo,
brother.
all right, check this
He
out.
was not 19.
No, he wasn't. He was
No,
23.
he was 19.
No, he was 23. They
But-
lied on his birth
No.
certificate.
But
I
he
know.
thought he was 19.
Understand that, but you got to think about this now. Your mind at 23, when you understand that you're 23, is different than your mind at 19 when you know you're 19.
And he was babied. Monet
Monet
treated him
babied him.
totally different than
Baby
he did them
him.
other
He was
kids.
he was
had to.
crippled some ways.
She had to put him in the
Alright.
grade commensurate. She had to put him
Alright.
in the grade commensurate with the
So-
age that he was supposed to be. So
Hey,
he
check
was
this
not
out.
really mature to handle
Check this
any
out.
of that.
All right, so check this out. In the true nature of power and its many twists and turns, right? You notice that they did not announce his death.
They did.
They did not.
They did. The cop called Monet at the end of the
I mean,
Oh,
I
Oh,
mean,
you talking about on the
I saw
news?
that.
No,
The
she,
cop-
yeah, on the news.
Monet, no, the cop called Monet at the end of the episode.
Okay.
You
But
gotta
how
let
does the cop
family know
find out?
first.
How
gotta
does
let
the cop know?
Because the police were there and found a dead body, bruh.
That wasn't no police. That was the pilot. The pilot
No.
was strapped.
But
Anybody,
the officers who called Monet.
right? But this is just roll with me on this. Roll with me on this. In the, I'm just saying, what if? It's a what if, because we know what happened. What if they did that to put him in protective custody because he gonna testify against Monet?
No,
Okay.
we saw him go down. He did.
And if my mama had a penis, she'd be my dad. At the end of the
What if
day,
he had on a vest?
that's not
You
what
don't know. We
That
don't know
boy
if he
ain't
had
had
on a
on no
vest.
doggone vest.
You don't
Man,
know
He
that.
did. He
Eve,
did.
you like
Don't know
He
that.
did.
our conspiracy theorists. Like,
Hey,
no,
I'm
like
just trying to take you there. I'm
Yeah,
just
you're
trying
not
to take
no,
you there. That's
you're not
it.
taking me nowhere. I can understand if they didn't call Monet because I was waiting for it to come up on the news and for Monet
That's
to
what
find
I'm
out
saying.
that way when they were sitting at the table. But
I'm
Yeah.
Well,
open
it's not
to
gonna
that.
come. You have to tell the family before you announce something like
Yeah,
that.
and that's what I
So
was going
she
to
was
come to.
his emergency contact.
That was the point I was coming to, Key. I was coming to the fact that that's emergency contact. But for the most part, it was at a private hangar in the middle of the night.
Mhm.
So that hadn't hit the news yet. The death of what's his name? He was a federal informant.
Yeah.
So that was going to hit the news way before anything
But
else.
hold up.
And he ain't had no
But this-
family.
But this is
in
my
it.
thing. But this
Yeah,
is my
you
thing
know,
with that. But hold up. Oh, you know what? Let me forget it. Forget it. Go ahead. Because I know he made that bullshit call first. So
Yeah, he did. He called a girl.
You see my girl. That though, I like that.
What's her
That was one of my favorite cops in this shit. Like real talk.
What's her name? Rodriguez.
Because she got knocked. Tommy knocked her the fuck out and everything, and she kept coming back.
No, that was Dre. Dre knocked her
Was
out.
it Dre? Yeah, my bad. Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dre knocked her the
Yeah.
fuck out. Yeah.
Yeah, she
But
coming for
but she
vengeance
kept
next
coming
season.
back. And then she teach Tariq. Oh, that's fool. She knew,
Yeah,
you know,
she
she's ready for that.
She comes for vengeance next. Tariq
She's
said,
ready for
Patrick,
that.
we meet again.
But I guarantee you,
Blanca.
this
Blanca.
nigga, yeah, Detective Blanca.
Yeah, Blanca
Now,
Rodriguez.
I guarantee you, they continue to let Tariq win.
Well, I
They
mean-
have to.
They did it for Ghost for four or 5 seasons.
No, he gonna win. He gonna win out.
I think he's going to end up being the better version of Ghost.
Everything he does is to be the better version.
Yeah.
But he
So-
do. But I
do-
see there's so many sloppy ass similarities though.
He fights through them.
Yeah.
There are a lot of similarities, but when he catches the similarity, he kind of changes it
And he
himself.
switches up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I think
Yeah.
he's smarter because he went further in his education,
Mhm.
so that
Yeah.
make him play the game a little better.
Mhm.
But and you gotta remember, he got a lot of schooling. He got Kanan and he had Tasha.
And we cannot discount what he inadvertently learned from Ghost.
Oh yeah,
Agreed.
yeah, no,
Agreed.
definitely.
What he did not want to take in from him
Or Tommy and Dre.
and Dre. He's got a lot of game in him. 2 more characters I want to cover and then we're gonna get out of here because we are way over time. Well, we're not way over.
We got
got-
6 minutes.
Well, I
I think
work
it's
from
6
home.
minutes.
That y'all got to go somewhere.
Yes, it's rolling up on
True.
7:00.
True.
I'm
Um,
ready.
If y'all hiring, let me know. My last day on Valentine's. Okay, go ahead. What you was about to say?
The next person I want to cover is Kane. Kane only decided to kill his father after he found out that Tariq had done it.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's almost like, if that bitch nigga could do it,
Oh,
got
right.
do it too.
Because that's what he said.
Okay.
That's exactly what he said.
So that's
But-
Mr. Me Too.
but in the moment when it came time,
He
couldn't
froze.
do it.
Hell
He
no.
couldn't do it. Because no matter, I remember when I first watched the scene with Tariq and Ghost, and as much as I knew Tariq had shot Ghost because it had got to that point, remember they did all the different vantage points, the one Ibrahim does not like because they dragged it out. But when they finally got to Tariq's episode, as much as I did not want him to pull that trigger, I knew he was going to do it. The look in his eye, the anger he felt, everything he felt, you knew that he was going to pull that trigger. Kane never had that look in his eye. Kane
He
never.
was never mad at his daddy like that.
He was exactly. And so Tariq said, this going to change you.
Right.
Because
Yeah, it will.
even after Tariq shot Ghost, he felt that. Like,
I
remember
mean-
when he came outside and it made it seem like he faked his reaction to his dad dying?
Mhm.
I don't think he was faking.
He was not faking that.
Nah.
Like,
Okay, now
That's
I'm gonna go
exciting.
back a little bit.
he cried right after he shot him.
I'm gonna go back just a little bit because we talking about this. I personally feel like that moment where Tariq dropped his sister off to their mom. I feel like when he had that confirmation that Dante was behind the whole the Lobos and thing in the back of his mind, he was like, he gotta die. Like because literally everything that was wrong with his life, everything he was mad at his daddy about, Dante was behind it when you really think about it.
Because he remember when he turned to Saxon, he was like, word? And that's why Tariq was in the elevator with the gun out. He was like, yo, this
he
nigga.
was ready too. Yeah,
This-
he
this
was ready too.
You could see it in his eye. He was like, so it wasn't my dad.
Mhm.
So like all of this stuff, like Angela, because he said he even brought up
He
Angela.
brought up yeah.
He did. He brought that all up.
Yo,
He was like, Angela wouldn't have been in New York if it wasn't for Don on Lobos and saying that Lobos had connects in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't even have been, that task force wouldn't even have been in New York.
Mm-hmm.
because the whole time they really only wanted Lobos,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And
and they needed to connect to get
So-
to the distro.
so Tariq is like, my mom's Yaz is out here. Raina's dead. I done had to kill my daddy. I done, you know what I'm saying? And
He done went left.
and because of this, Lauren done died.
'Cause you know what? If it wasn't for Angela, he would have never got pissed and went and started fucking with Ray Ray and them.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have went with Kanan.
That is true.
He wouldn't have been with Ray Ray them. Like
Because he
Kanan
wouldn't have been
wouldn't
mad that his
whole
parents
shit.
broke up. It
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
It's crazy.
And so he's
That's
looking
good
at it
writing.
like
real
that.
good writing.
This is real good writing. Real
Now,
good writing.
Acting ain't always the best. But
I don't
the
have no
writing is
problem.
superb.
I don't have a problem with the acting.
I like the acting.
Oh, listen. What's her name was horrible. What's the girl name? Carmelo Anthony wife. Lala? Oh,
Lala?
Oh, see,
Nah.
Lala.
You know what? To me,
Horrible.
she played the first.
Lala was horrible.
She played the perfect fake ass friend.
Yes.
But she was
You
horrible.
gotta,
No,
you gotta,
the
no.
acting match.
You gotta
People
look
act
at
like
her
that.
through. You gotta
Yeah.
look at her through the eyes of yo. This is my phony ass friend.
No,
And that's
I
how
feel
she
you.
was
Her
acting. Yeah.
sucked. Her
And-
acting
and-
sucked.
But
In The Shy. When she was in The Shy, her acting sucked.
who
I
watched
didn't
that
watch
shit?
The Shy.
No, The Shy is really good. But her acting sucked in The Shy.
That's another show you got to watch. Amen.
Yeah, but anyway, let's so last person I want to attack because we haven't really attached it. I think they're gonna bring it out in season 3 a whole lot more. Method Man's character and his pursuit to get his brother out of jail. Brother's dying. And when Sax and I want to talk about when Sax approaches him in the meeting room. And he's like, did you do this? And did you do that? Lauren's blood is on our hands, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, look how many things you did.
Right.
He was like, you just like me. You think you better than me, but you're not.
Right.
Sax
Right.
always thought.
said,
Sax always thought he was better.
Yeah, I'm a survivor. So guess what you are? You're a survivor.
Right.
He was like,
He just motivated this white man to put his foot in his ass.
yeah, but I don't think he's going to be able to get him.
I don't think so either. But I think that I
What's
think that his brother gonna feel it. I feel like Redman gonna catch it just because. Redman gonna end up dying in jail because of the beef between Sax and Method Man.
Right. Because Sax want to be the hero right now. Sax trying to be the hero and feel
Davis
better about
McLean.
himself.
That's his name. Davis McLean.
Yeah, Davis McLean.
And that
Right.
man, like,
At first, you know what? I thought his character was gonna be kind of weak.
He played dead. I thought
Yeah,
I
he
had.
started-
I thought I had killed.
Shouts out to Method Man for
No,
his
no, no.
acting.
You
Now
know what?
that
In the
was some acting.
beginning,
no, first season,
I wasn't really I wasn't really feeling him in the beginning because I thought he was gonna be too clean cut. But once he started pulling that hood out, I was like, okay, there goes Shaolin Allen right there.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I see what you're doing, player. Real talk. But I think that at the end of the day, Sax is gonna end up ruining two more careers. Just
I think his
because
girlfriend about to die,
he want to get Tariq. Like just
and
leave
Tariq ain't
Tariq-
even wrong
but-
in these.
and he
in this
knows
situation.
Tariq is innocent because he said it himself. Like, yo, he had an ankle bracelet on. He could not have had played.
No,
part.
And when he told him that Lauren died, he said, "Wait, you didn't know."
Right. He saw the
he
reaction.
looked in his eyes and saw that he didn't know.
I think, and you know what? That's probably why him and Tamika helped
Yeah,
because he knows he's innocent. But once,
and they know that he didn't kill that officer. Like they're sure
Right.
that he didn't do it. They
Yeah.
know Kane did it.
oh yeah, Kane, they know that, but they still got him on Professor. What's his face?
Yeah. Well, man,
Yeah.
great conversation. We're gonna do this again next week. Hopefully, EB has watched Force.
I will
Okay,
watch
sure.
it. I will
Not
watch it.
Friday
Catch up,
morning's episode.
I will be good by tonight.
You'll be good by tonight.
Yes.
You mean this morning?
No. I
No,
gotta
he
go to
need-
work.
You gotta go to work tonight.
I gotta go to work. I got time for this. I gotta watch it
That's what
tonight.
happens when you get up early. Your time get crossed.
Yeah, your
I
time
watch
is
it tonight. When I get off of work, I will watch it.
okay.
I
'Cause I was
stream.
like, what are we talking about?
No, I stream, bro. I stream.
Okay, streamer. I feel you, streamer. All right, Key, tell them where they can follow you at
In the
You can follow
metaverse.
me.
in the metaverse.
You can follow me on all platforms at The Diary of Key. And if you know the name of my show, look it up because my show is not affiliated with this one. So, yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeff.
Yo, man, follow your boy at that dude _ Jeff, man. Like, subscribe. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Come on, join the fun.
Evie, man, tell them where they
My
can.
bad. Yo, you can find me on Instagram. That's Big Kid Envy _ Chops. It's boy with the
All right, and holla at me on Instagram at Yosh in the building. You can catch us. You can catch this show each and every Monday and Friday at 6 a.m. live, or you could catch the replay on all podcast platforms at noon. Until the next time, man. We're out. Peace.
I get to work safe, man. No speeding.
Wake and bake.